Destiny, the first one, Vanilla, was one of my favorite games that I play all the time. I mean, when it comes to multiplayer shooter, looter shooter, it was just nothing like it. I had so much fun playing it. Then I played Destiny 2 and I stopped playing it because it didn't excite me as much as the first one. And then came the First Descendant, and from what I've seen before start playing it, I was actually very excited. I told myself, all right, this is my new Destiny game. You know, co-op, lots of cool weapons, missions, stuff, and it looks great based on the gameplay that I've seen before actually trying it. However, eventually I got bored playing it even less than 5 hours. I was quite shocked. The thing is that I already seen what they're actually doing it. Game is heavily monetized, and I don't mind the game being monetized. The thing is, when they take things, what requires maybe to get one item in a regular game in quotations, here they're gonna break it up for so many pieces. So of course they can monetize part of that, but also to make it again very rewarding when you actually play the game. So you see lots of things falling on the ground, and basically in another game it's going to be just one item. It's going to be like 15 items. And then it reminds me of all the different mobile games out there that just follow the same thing. So make it very rewarding, and many players will feel like that. But again, it's just when you compare, for example, for Destiny, Vanilla, for example, you don't need all that to really make a game feels great. And straight on with all the missions, it felt so repetitive, eventually so boring, that it really didn't feel exciting at all. Everything just, yeah, it's very packed when it comes to, just straight on, straight from the start, just go and eliminate enemies. But because they throw at you all the things all at once, it really loses its magic pretty fast. And in many cases, it just feels more or less the same. When you take something, instead of doing something one really great, you take something and you need to make, just spread it apart to make so many missions and stuff that none of them actually feels special. So again, this is kind of the furthest away from an in-crafted experience. Feels very generic and not exciting. Now, shooting itself feels fun, and lots of weapons to discover. That's a good thing. And you can also craft weapons later on. You can upgrade weapons. Again, everything is just upgradable, and you do feel that you actually progress straight from the start. Now, loot is overwhelming for sure, and you get your inventory pretty stacked up very fast. You need to manage things. But of course, if you dismantle items, you're going to get resources, which you can use to upgrade items and craft items. And all the different attributes, this is actually a good thing. So you have, for example, crit damage and electric damage, and enemies can be more resilient to certain type of damage, or more vulnerable to certain type of damage. All the things that you're going to find lots of RPG games, all of that is actually in the game, and they did a very good job when it comes to that. So sometimes when you break things apart, and you should do it, of course, if you want more, let's say, give players more control over builds, you want to have stats kind of spread apart in different items, so people can just use, mix and match different things to match it to their playstyle and create powerful builds. Now, similar to Destiny, but this is much more sophisticated, you're going to find different hubs in different locations. Like in Destiny, there was just the tower, but here you're going to find many different places where you can see other players hanging around and doing stuff, and lots of NPCs. It's more like, Final Fantasy type MMO when it comes to all the different NPC. There are lots of them there. And of course, each one offers different services and missions and all this stuff. So for example, you can enhance items and weapons. And all of this is very good to allow players to really focus on their builds. And based on what I've seen so far, there are going to be countless types of build that people will create with all the different options out there. Now, there are lots of filtering options based on the DPS and the tiers and sockets, so you can really manage it pretty fast, which sometimes it lacks in many games like that. But here they proved lots of filtering option that makes managing all these items quite easily. Now, you can all different items. You're actually not limited to light, heavy, like in Destiny, for example. You can just hold anything you like, but there are types of weapons, as you can see, designated with an icon at the top right corner of each one, which uses certain ammo. So you probably don't want to carry two of the same type of ammo, because if you just spend everything with one, you couldn't use it with the other. And there are also type of mods you can actually add, like you see here, which allows you again further enhance your weapons and create something special that you want to focus on. Again, great thing. And if you look at the weapon, there are different attributes. So you can find some of them are rare, some of them are less. So when you get a drop, even for the same weapon, you can get them with different type of attributes. So another good thing. So you kind of going to farm if you love a certain weapon, you get another one, a duplicate one. It's not going to be exactly the same. It's going to carry different attributes. There are also different classes, which is nice. Not a lot. There's also the ultimate version of it, which requires you to farm quite a lot. Although you can buy things from the store, which I haven't spent a lot of time on. But again, people want to get things fast. They're able to do so by just, well, buying it with real money. There's also skins for you to enjoy. You know, all the good stuff. That's, of course, I have nothing against. People can enjoy it and have fun with it. But again, all of that didn't really help to make the game fun for me. And there are also boss fights. Some of the mechanics of the boss fight can be very good. So you can actually, use your grappling hook to jump onto a boss and stay there. And if you try to check you can actually counter that and deals damage to certain parts. So again, this is also something that made pretty well. Now, this is heavily based co-op game. And when you get into missions, you can try it yourself. But some of the missions can be pretty hard if you're not ready for them. And most of the time you want to make sure that there is somebody nearby who can do missions with you, or of course play with friends. Also, in terms of visuals, it can be pretty overwhelming sometimes, but I think they design it pretty well. So it's not overwhelming compared to some other games that I try where there's so many particle effects. And even here, for example, you can see that the shield is designed well so you can actually see through, and it's not overwhelming in terms of visuals. So also that part was designed well. I mean, lots of things designed well in this game. I'm not saying it's not. But again, when it came to gameplay, it just felt that I'm just doing the same of the same. Nothing really stand out for me a lot. I mean, I like the different classes. You can tank. There's one that is more towards healing. One more more of the DPS. This is another good part. But nothing stood out. Actually, when I play Destiny, less was actually more. It just feels like it's so... it feels it's overwhelming rewarding and everything just spread apart. That you just lost in all the, micromanagement and inventory management. And nothing really felt really special. And it's more about the grind towards getting materials to craft the best items. It didn't feel... There wasn't a moment that I felt like I'm really getting excited about things. So I think I got kind of a fatigue because it was so overwhelming straight from the start, and just managing all the things. I didn't want to do that. I wanted something more approachable, less, sophisticated when it comes to all the breakage of the item. So and then I saw the grind, and then I knew that, oh my god, it's just more towards it, because again, they need to monetize it. There's a shop and everything. So in order to do that, they need to expand things and extend, so people will pay because they want to shorten the time they get things, they want to show off and stuff. And then I knew this is another mobile game type of monetization stuff and gameplay, of course, that match it. And same as I feel with mobile games, I just got tired. So it's amazing how I play a game like Destiny, I'm having a time of my life, and I jump into a game like that and I get tired so fast. Destiny I play for so long with community, and it's so much fun, and it's definitely one of the best games I ever played. And so many amazing memories. And this game that felt like, all right, it's going to be something special, I got bored after like 5 hours. Unfortunately. So yeah, so I think that's what happened when I play even mobile games. They try to break things so many pieces. It's just overwhelming. And of course, you get used to it with pretty fast at some point. But again, when you see that it's all about later very heavily towards grinding to get good items, you see that, that's how it is. It's all about designing the game highly based on monetization, compared to a game like Destiny that of course you pay for it straight from the start, and it's not like that. And I felt a big difference. Aside from that, Destiny was again made very well when it comes to raids and co-op gameplay. Again, I didn't stay so far to really see if there's going to be something really great here. I just got bored so early that I didn't want even to put more time into it. Destiny's raids are carefully handcrafted and given amazing, and one of the best experiences are actually the raids. And if you do all the other things, actually getting ready for the raids in order to do well. So with Destiny, I definitely understand compared to this game that less is more. And if I want to stay more and play this game, no, actually, I got bored and that's it. I don't want to force myself to try to get into a point where I actually start enjoying the game. I don't see it happening anytime soon, not even if I spend 10 or 15 hours. Because again, I get bored, I leave. No thank you. I already see where this game is going with the monetization and grinding. And although I like grindy games, don't get me wrong, this is just too stretched out for me. If you think I'm wrong, if you feel different, let me know in the comment section below. I'm out with this game, unfortunately. Thanks for watching.